to another Bandai Star Wars model kit review. This is Clone Trooper. This set contains two alternate heads, so you can have episode 3 or episode 2 Clone Troopers, and that's pretty cool. It's almost like you can get the choice of 2 figures for the price of 1. And being a model kit, this is only 155 Hong Kong dollars, whereas the action figure, it's at least, the Black Series is probably 200 something Hong Kong dollars at least. And the Bandai SH figure arts of episode 2 Clone Trooper, no episode 3 yet, episode 2 Clone Trooper is almost 300 Hong Kong dollars. So you can get 2 of these for the price of 1. So that's pretty cool, you know, in comparison. And the instruction manual there, pretty cool. Cut on one side and no cut on the other. Paint guide on the back, and you know, showcasing different things you can do. The instruction manual here is also a little bit different. They've definitely kept each page as an individual thing. Nothing spans across 2 pages, unlike the older ones. So you can easily go through this page by page by page, if you don't have too much table space anyway. And this is just a very long sheet of paper, but it's good that you can easily fold that into individual pages. Parts guide, sticker guide, as well as a paint guide if you do want to paint these. The good thing about Clone Troopers is they look plasticky and fake us out in the movie, so you don't really need to paint them in the figure, because hey, it already looks like it. So, as always with these model kits, there's always a bit of extra pieces. Let's see. We'll look at the other heads in a moment. There's also gear for the other head. A few extra joint pieces. Oops, that's excess plastic. A pair of relaxed hands, a pair of fists, and a pair of gun-holding hands, as well as some spare rubbery leg to foot joints. And you also have this blaster here. So like a standard rifle blaster, and which does need a little bit of painting for more authenticity, and some Bandai QR code card thing, as well as a sticker or decal sheet that you can choose. The decals are already pre-cut, so just slide it off, and stickers there. Yeah, I don't think I'll be using any of these stickers decals. There's no logos or anything on them. And just paint all the details I need because it's easy enough. Oops. And of course, as always, there is a figure stand with attachments on the side, so you can attach these figure stands next to each other to make a pretty awesome display. So here's Mr. Clone Trooper. I do prefer the episode 2 helmet a lot more than the episode 3 one. And my favorite are those classic Stormtroopers, and then this helmet, and then New Order, and then finally episode 3. They just look a bit off. Now, I'm not talking about variants and stuff. Arc Troopers are probably the best Clone Trooper variant, and Shadow Troopers are the best Stormtrooper variants. So in terms of variants, then yeah, those. And the Rogue One has some pretty cool Dark Troopers there, so those are cool. But and just normal Troopers, yeah. Stormtrooper, episode 2 clones, and then New Order, and then finally episode 3 Clone Troopers. Now he is holding a long rifle there, which I've seen quite a lot of action figures in the past with the red Clone Trooper. So I'm going to just get that out of his hand. And yeah, one pretty cool thing about this figure is, ooh, that's unplugged, that's unplugged. Okay, these are model kits. I haven't put any glue in any of it, so it doesn't require glue for the most part. Look, it's still staying together for the most part. Yeah. No glue required, not really any tools required at all. I did use pliers and stuff to make sure I cut the edges smooth. Didn't use a file, I could have done, but didn't. But yeah, you literally built your own action figure. I mean, these are model kits, but you know, when you think model kits, oh, it's a solid piece. But no, these model kits are fully posable and fully fun. So, one thing I do have to say though, the Clone Trooper head pops off really easy. Episode 3 head better, episode 2 head pops off really easy. And while this is for the most part very similar to all the Stormtroopers that I've built in the past, including Scout and New Order Stormtrooper and Sandtroopers, whatever, subtle differences inside make it really cool. Like you got all these sort of uniform patterns underneath there, the little bumps on the suit, which is very unique to these Clone Troopers compared to Stormtroopers. Look at the back. A lot of details going on, many layers, very cool. So double neck ball joints, so you look down, look up, look. Oh, he's supposed to look sideways if his head wouldn't stop rolling around. Ooh, C-3PO head, no. sideways, sideways kinda, and shoulders come out quite a fair amount. Goes up, down, full rotation there, full rotation here, double elbow joint, but you do have some limitation there because of the armor. And hand is on a little swiveling ball. So I mean, yeah, not as much articulation as SH figure arts, and of course it's a little bit finicky unless, like I said, you glue it down, which I don't want to glue it down. I might paint details on it later. Up, back, these double ball joints there. Oop, the belt was pushed out just a little bit. Don't like his hips as much as the original Stormtroopers. If you push him back, you see a huge gap there, whereas here, pushing forward looks a bit better. But yeah, as soon as you start moving this, you will see the gap, and that's a little bit annoying. Wish this middle piece would be a bit, like his upper chest would be a bit higher than his middle chest. Leg goes down, leg goes up, leg goes down, leg goes up. It's on a little hinge. Full rotation here. You see the ridge pattern there a lot better. And at least moves feet a lot better than the SH figure arts. Those feet were like deadly tight. Yeah, double knee joint. Foot is on a double swivel. Because they don't have toe joints like the SH figure arts, but hey, the bottom of the feet are, you know, molded. That's cool. So yeah, might as well take a look at the other Stormtrooper head. I'm gonna assume Stormtrooper, Clone Trooper head. Hello. Pop. Ah! Fatality. Pop this one on, and there you go, instant episode 3 trooper. Ooh. By the way, both of these troopers, the eye pieces, they are all transparent pieces. Now you can swap things on the Storm on the Clone Trooper. What you have to do is unplug this little bump there, this little white bump. Unplug that. Those eye pieces aren't too hard to unplug. Just make sure you haven't just cut your fingernails that weak, and you can put this visor piece on. Would have been better if this visor piece can go up and down, like rotate and stuff, but it doesn't. And of course the color on this visor piece is completely wrong. Yeah, you will need to paint this to make it correct. So, but yeah, now it looks like Star Trek meets Star Wars, Geordie the Troop. If you want a cheap Clone Trooper 1/12 scale action figure and you don't want to spend too much, and you don't mind spending just a little bit of time with snapping plastic pieces together, then definitely get this. I don't know how much it is overseas, but in Hong Kong, this is dirt cheap. This is a really good price, and I highly recommend it. Any of the Bandai model kits 1/12 scale action figures, they are amazing. Now, I don't like their vehicle line too much, the X-Wings and Falcons and stuff, because every vehicle is a different scale, so that's not cool. I want them to be the same scale so I can put them together. I understand if it's something like a Star Destroyer or Death Star can't be the same scale as, you know, the other ships, but come on, at least have the X-Wing be the same scale as the Y-Wing and A-Wing, etc. So those annoy me. They're still high quality, but they just annoy me in that sense, in scale sense. But all the figures are the same scale. I have also picked up a Boba Fett as well, and I have built them. I got to pick up 2 Boba Fetts. I just haven't come around to... I want to paint one first before filming it. I have one not painted and one painted, just to see a bit of comparison, because Boba Fett definitely needs a bit of paint job to make him look pretty perfect. But for the Stormtroopers and Clone Troopers, they look perfect right out of the box for the most part, because they use plastic in the films, for God's sake, and in the new trilogy they just CG the crap. So they already looked the part, and I believe this model kit looks better than anything in episode 2 or 3 in terms of Troopers. They look so fake. Ugh. But yeah, this figure is freaking awesome. Good articulation, good build. If you do glue it down, you have a very solid figure. And if you feel the figure's a bit too light, you can always add a little bit of clay inside to make him heavy. I see the point in that. Light figures, easy to play with, hey. So yeah, nothing but praise about this figure. The building was super easy, and it's lacking toe joints, I guess. But yeah, awesome. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below, and of course may the force be with you. I'll see you guys. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider clicking the like button, subscribe button, or leaving a comment below on how you feel about these Bandai models or SH figures. I truly believe that if Bandai manages to get the release licenses in the West, Hasbro is screwed. Also, what's it, the Rebel model kits? They're screwed too. Because the Bandai stuff is just so much better, so much cheaper for them to produce. It's high quality and so much more fun and easier to build. And as always, you can check out my other videos on Star Wars products, including Star Wars Lego, other Star Wars model kits, including the Bandai stuff and non-Bandai stuff, as well as Star Wars SH figures, as well as many other toys not Star Wars related. Pretty angry review on the Black Series. So poor for the price. And hopefully you can watch those videos without ad block on. I appreciate that a lot. Support me on Patreon so I can do more videos for you guys more often. I also really appreciate that as well. But you don't have to do any of that. Most important, take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon, and may the force be with you.